The Great Depression was an event that began in the USA in 1929 and affected the vast majority of countries around the world. It can be said that the effects of the Depression were felt far and wide. It created mass unemployment, destroyed hopes for world peace, and ultimately allowed Hitler to get into power. The 1920s for the USA was a fantastic time. It allowed the country to become the richest in the world. This was a period of radios, the fridge freezer, and a time when motor cars became popular. Other countries like Britain, France and Germany borrowed money from the USA. This allowed them to create jobs and prosperity. It allowed these countries to begin to recover from the horrors of World War I. However, in 1929 came the Wall Street crash. This is the name for when America fell into a recession. In fact, so bad was this recession that they called it a depression. The Wall Street crash started a long depression that damaged countries right across the world. When the USA called back the money from the loans that countries had borrowed, they too fell into depression. It caused millions and millions of people to lose their jobs, and such massive unemployment created huge problems. Firstly, countries like Italy and Japan began taking over other countries in order to help them make money or control natural resources like coal and iron. They took over weaker countries, which was clearly against the rules of the League. But they did this in order to help them recover from the Depression. Secondly, countries like Britain and France could not afford to get involved in helping the weaker countries that Italy, Japan and later Germany took over. High unemployment meant massive money problems, and Britain and France were no longer in a position to pay for any wars with these countries. And finally, the Great Depression helped Hitler to get into power. During the early 1930s, a massive 6 million people were unemployed in Germany. Hitler promised the unemployed jobs and to make the country rich and powerful again. This helped Hitler because these people began voting for him in elections. They were desperate for jobs, and Hitler promised them one. Consequently, the Great Depression had a massive effect in causing World War II. It destroyed any chance for world peace, as hoped for by the League of Nations, because leading countries like Britain and France could not afford to stop other powerful countries from invading weaker ones. It must also be said, however, that it played a key role in ultimately helping Adolf Hitler to become the leader of Germany.
Why does my heart